Hey guys, here we are looking at Joe Abercrombie's The Heroes by Subterranean Press. This is a lettered edition. This is the only lettered edition of any of the first law books that I have, and it's something special. I don't believe I've done any Subterranean Press lettered edition videos yet. This will be the first. There is one unusual thing about the tray case. Sub Press does their lettered editions fairly uniform. They use a similar type of leather on lots of them, except for when they get the really high-end special editions one. This one is just a little bit different in that it's got a rounded spine. So usually they do their square spine there. Other than that, besides maybe a little bit different leather, this is a pretty typical release for them. And here is interior. Now, I love this cover art. I think that is incredible. Love it, love it. And they usually do this type of thing with the interior of the tray cases too. Their lettered editions are leather bound usually. Look at that art. That's awesome. What happens a lot of times with their letters, if they don't have a dust jacket like this one did, what they'll do is they'll take that cover art right there and they'll just tip it into the book itself in the beginning, so you can still see the artwork. But what we've got here, this is letter V. We've got 5 illustrations throughout the book, which is, I think most of them had about that number. Really cool stuff. You also, with Sub Press, you have a beautiful leather binding that's just feels great. It does sweat a little bit when you're holding it, but it's a fantastic leather bind. I love the leather that Sub Press uses. And then as far as extras go, I believe there was an introduction here. Was there an introduction? No, it's just it's interesting. There's so many characters in this book that he broke it all down at the beginning of who all you're going to need to know and remember and what they're doing in this battle. This book is really a 3-day battle, with a 4th day taking place as a prelude before the battle. It's really the whole book, 200,000 words, a little more than that, is all this 4 days of this particular war. And it's really cool. Out of the standalone books, I think Red Country is probably my favorite. I loved this one too, though. I loved them all. I love Best Served Cold too. This one just had some things to say about war itself, which I really kind of liked. So thought philosophically this was really cool. So once again, it's just a gorgeous lettered edition from Subterranean Press. They always do great stuff. Oh, and I'll show you the end papers here too. And then all the artwork, of course, will be pictured below. I had a chance to get the lettered edition of Red Country once, and I passed it up and blew it. It turns out that Red Country brings a character back that I didn't know was as important to me as he was going to become over the course of all the books. So, I don't know. It's Joe Abercrombie does grimdark like I think nobody does grimdark. I think Mark Lawrence is pretty close on his heel. He does a great job too. But yeah, this is it. This is with Sharp Ends and the Heroes. This is now all 10 of Abercrombie's books read. He's my favorite of the grimdark artists that I know. So anyway, this is another recommended one. Heroes, Joe Abercrombie, Subterranean Press, and a beautiful lettered edition from them. So it's a great book. I think you guys are going to want to read this. If you like fantasy at all, especially dark fantasy, I think you're really going to like this book.